Hey, Facebook. Oh my gosh, I haven't been live for a couple of days because we've been getting the hardwood floors in the house redone. And that was a project, a great project, but a project. And so I am here now, though. I am live. I'm super excited to talk to you guys. And yes, I will be blogging all about the hardwood floor stuff, including tips for you if you're going to redo your hardwood floors, maybe what to do and what not to do. So make sure you, if you don't already get my email, sign up at themagicbrushink.com and we'll go from there. So happy that you're here today. Happy Monday, everyone. I am going to talk a little bit today about 3 reasons that stay-at-home moms make superstar creative business owners. Okay, and I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of my backstory first. Hi, Kelly. Hey, guys. I would love it if you said hello and tell me where you're coming from today. And it makes me feel confident that Facebook Live is working right when you guys comment. So, okay, so for those of you who perhaps don't know, I own the Magic Brush, which is a decorative painting company in Kansas City. I have had women working for me 15 out of the 16 years that I have owned that business. My background is actually in computers. I have a degree in computer information systems, and I hate them. Like, seriously, who would give me a degree in that? Anyway, so I graduated when I was 30, a little older than most graduates, with that degree, and worked for a software development company and got laid off from there. Now, while I had been working at that job, I had been like messing around with painting and creating, and had gone to a couple of faux finishing schools and was coming up with sample boards, and was super excited about maybe kind of playing around with this thing, okay? And so I had a portfolio, and I even went ahead and got like a business name. And how many of you know the story? Have I told you guys? Hi, guys. About what I actually wanted to name my business years ago. Thank you, Jesus, that Mr. Magic is smarter than I, because I wanted to name it Chateau de Faux. That's right, House of Faux in French, because I took French for 2 years in high school and thought that I was all Frenchish. So, okay. Oh, yeah. And Amanda knows my story too. I used to want to be a respiratory therapist. On a side note, I smoked a pack a day until I got pregnant with my first son. Thank you, Lord, for giving me a good reason to quit smoking. But I wanted to be a respiratory therapist, so I went and did rounds in the North Kansas City Hospital here in Kansas City with a respiratory therapist, and started to pass out. And they had to, the doctor's like, somebody go get her a wheelchair. And they're like fanning me and getting me a wheelchair. And all they were doing was giving a respiratory treatment to some sweet, precious elderly woman, and I started going down. And so it became very clear to me, okay, she's no good at hospital stuff either. So yeah, I wanted to be a respiratory therapist, ended up selecting a computer job, which was a horrible decision. It does help me in blogging, so none of that's wasted. But anyway, so I started a faux finishing company because I got laid off from that computer job. And I thought, well, let me just see what happens real quick if I can kind of make a go of this thing. And I did make a go of that thing, okay? Right after I started that business, like 3 months in, I got pregnant with our first son, Noah. And then I was like, well, how am I going to get up on ladders now? And the entire breadth of my 16 years of owning this business has kind of been, well, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but we're going to go for it and just see what happens. And so at the time when I was like, I don't know how I'm going to run this business pregnant, I asked my sister-in-law to come paint for me. We had other girls along the way that came and worked for me, and I was just winging it, which is what most small business owners are doing. There is no manual of this is a good way, you know, to start your creative business. If you guys have one of those that we could buy, I'd love it. But isn't that funny, Melissa? Yeah, it is awesome to see how God works that all out. And so we had our first son, Noah. And at first I thought, okay, I've got this great business. What do I do now? Because I don't really want to go back to paint. And oh, by the way, we didn't have anybody to watch him full time. And Jason and I, my husband and I, we felt really convicted that I was to stay home with our kids until they got to school. Now, for each of you, that conviction will look totally different, and that's between you and your family. But for me and my family, I felt like I needed to stay home. In my head, though, I was thinking, okay, I want to stay home with him. I need to stay home with him. I should stay home with him. And yet I have this business. Like, what do I do with this? And so, you guys, I figured out how to work my business from home while I had kids here. And you can do that too. And this again is no like easy recipe of 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's more of a recipe of, okay, ladies, seriously, if you have some incredible God-given talent, you need to get over feeling guilty of working for a couple hours during the day while you've got kids at home. Number 1, you're playing on social media anyway. I coach enough small business owners who are creatives like me, people that make stuff, to know how you guys are spending a lot of your day, because I probably would have done it too, but we didn't even have Facebook back then. And so you're in such a better position today to start a business if you're a creative person, because you have something that's free like social media. If you're going to be playing on it, you might as well be making money on it. I mean, in all honesty. And so back to I'm keeping looking at my notes because you guys say comments and then I want to chat with you and I got to stay focused. Okay, so the three reasons stay-at-home moms make great business owners. Okay, number one, you learn how to work freaky fast. You're like the Jimmy Johns of creative stuff. I mean, other people will take 9 ways of Sunday to get something done. And if you are a mom, you know that you only have windows. You have windows to work during the day. So right now, some of you are watching this because you're on a window where your babies are napping. Am I right? Can I get a yes and amen? Anybody in here have babies sleeping? Thank you, Jody, for that. Yes. And so you learn how to work freaky fast while your kids are either entertained. Grandma took them for a couple hours. After my kids were about a year to a year and a half, we started taking them to like a mom's day out program for 3 hours a week. And I went back to work for 3 hours a week, okay? During that 3 hours, baby, I had to get to job sites. I had to meet with builders. I figured out how to maximize everything I could do in 3 hours that other people were doing in a full week. And you can do that too, okay? So moms are already really good at working quickly. When your kids are napping, those sorts of things, turn off every distraction and work your little booty off while you have windows of opportunity. So while they're sleeping, if they go to bed at 8 o'clock at night, instead of watching, The Walking Dead, or in my case, The Americans, and now you guys all got me started on Orange is the New Black. What the heck? First of all, you guys didn't even warn me about the first couple of screens on the first episode. I was like, la, 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 la. So anyway, but instead of watching stuff, go get some work done. You can totally do that. I would be lying to you if I did not tell you. There have been times I have painted stuff in our bedroom because I want to be, where my husband's at and he's watching TV in bed or something. I'll take a piece of furniture up there and I'll sit on the floor and paint it. If I'm going to just be sitting there zoning out, might as well be working. Oh, yay for the grandmas, Cammie. Thank you. Okay, so second reason stay-at-home moms make great creative business owners. You are already multitasking like crazy. I can remember having Noah and literally being on my cell phone, which was probably like this big, who had one of the original cell phones. They were like a stinking brick. And, oh, no, they weren't. They were smaller and they flipped. That was it. I had the flip phone. That was my first one. But I can remember being on the phone with a builder. And I can remember it was also the builder that I did an Extreme Home Makeover show 3 times for this builder in Kansas City. So yes, I got to meet Ty Pennington and all of those people that were on Extreme Home Makeover back then. I think is that show still on? Somebody tell me. I want to know if Extreme Home Makeover is still on. Ty, if you're watching this, hey. He's not. He's definitely not. Anyway, because Ty does really cool things, by the way. I think he travels abroad quite a bit. And he's doing a lot of fundraising stuff. Side note. Anyhow, so I can remember being on the phone with the builder for that project while changing one of my kids' poopy diapers. No lie. Like when you have especially more than one kiddo, you learn how to multitask. You're breastfeeding while you're putting on mascara, and guys, you can be doing the same thing. Painting something, making a piece of jewelry, cooking something new, starting a blog. Your kids, if they're like my kids, are going to have a little bit of TV time or electronic time every day. Go work during that time. Instead of just like dozing off into the world of Pinterest or just scrolling through Facebook, use that time to set up your own business Facebook page. Use that time to actually be working on your own business. It's shocking if you actually go through in a business, like somebody like me who's had my business for a long time, and write down what you do every minute of the day, take note of it every 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever. It's shocking how much time we waste, me included. Okay, when you're a stay-at-home mom, you figure out how to multitask your booty off and you get way more done in way less time. He has a new show, Restaurant Revival. I didn't know. I did not know. Yes, Jennifer, let your kiddos do some work. That takes us to number 3, okay? Reason number 3, why stay-at-home moms make great business owners. You're home anyway, okay? So many creative people are like, I've got to get a storefront. No, you don't. I got to get a shop. No, you don't. I've ran my business out of my home for 16 years. It's been an over 6-figure business earner for 15 of the last 16. You don't need a huge shop. That's just overhead and that's pressure. You don't need to have your stuff in a store. You can figure out how to do it out of your home. You just got to be resourceful. And moms are the most resourceful people on the face of the earth. Can I get a yes and amen? Please. Christine, we talk all day long about starting vlogs and things in my coaching group every month, which, by the way, I have a phone call tomorrow at noon with everybody in my inner circle. Go over, Christine, to my website, themagicbrushinc.com, and look up my coaching program. It's a monthly coaching program. You get 3 hours of coaching from me every month, just online like this. So if you're going to be home anyway, you might as well be doing something creative. For those of you who feel guilty about not spending every single waking second with your kids, listen, for real, it's good for you to have something else to do also. If you look at the Proverbs 31 woman, it's biblical that she was making things with her hands. She was buying fields for her family. She was doing stuff that was businessy, okay? So you don't need to feel guilty unless the Lord has completely convicted you of otherwise. But sometimes here's what moms do, okay? I'm going to be honest with you because I love you. Sometimes moms will say, no, I just need to wait until the kids are off to school. But then when the kids are off to the school, it's going to be another excuse. And then when the kids are, in middle school, it's going to be another thing. And you're never going to get around to starting that dream because you keep pushing it off for another time, because the truth is you're nervous about it. All right? Every business owner is nervous. There's always that fear of, what if things go sideways? What if the economy turns? I mean, there's a million different things you can worry about when you're a business owner. But the truth is you're already freaky fast in the way you work. You already are a great multitasker, and you're already home. You have social media today, which is like 10,000 times more powerful than what I have, or what I had 16 years ago. I'm trying to think of the way. Oh, I can tell you. Here's how I advertised 16 years ago. I got me the yellow pages. Who remembers the yellow pages? And I looked up every interior designer in my part of town, ripped out the yellow pages, and showed up on their doorstep if they had a shop. If not, I called them and said, can I show you my portfolio? You guys today have all the social media free to you, which is amazing. And let me tell you something in terms of social media. And this is one of the things I tell the girls in my coaching group as well. Okay, write this down. For those of you who need some encouragement today, write this down. You don't have to be the most talented repurposer, the most talented painter, the most talented hair person, the most talented poet, the most talented whatever else you consider creative. People that make pottery, people that make jewelry, people that bake. You don't have to be the most talented, okay? Because that's not the one whose business explodes. The one who does well is the one who can market their business. It comes down to marketing every day of the week. And social media is the fastest, best, easiest way to market your business, hands down. Guys, I'm not the most talented painter in Kansas City by a long shot. By a long shot. But I've done a really good job of marketing my business on social media. So I would love to answer a couple of questions for you guys. Oh, hey, Jennifer Craig, I'm so glad. Yes, show your daughter. And really it just takes someone who says, you know what, I'm going to figure this stinking out. Like if other people can figure it out, I'm smart enough to figure it out. I may not be a genius, but I'm smart enough to figure out some things, and you can do that. Misty, yes, I have one-on-one coaching, or my group coaching where I have over 100 women is at themagicbrushinc.com/inner-circle, and Anne-Marie's on here. And thank you, Anne-Marie, for that. Would you put my link to my coaching program in here? She's one of the girls in my coaching program. So every month we talk about different things: social media, blogging, how to make money on affiliates, how to do ebooks, how to outsource the heck out of your business so you can focus on the things only you're good at and give the rest of it to someone else. Yeah, Facebook wants you to pay for ads, Tracy, and I do. But you know what? You're just not probably giving your Facebook community what it is that they want, or you're not asking them for enough comments and things back. Yes, I help with marketing all month long, Suzanne. And if you join today, you still get the information for our paid phone call tomorrow, because we have a live phone call every month where you can actually be on the screen with me and we can chit chat. And yeah, we can talk about marketing. So if you join today, I can help you. Like I said, the one thing I've done really well is market my business. There's a lot of things I've done not well. Danielle Rose on here. Thank you, Danielle. She is in my inner circle as well. And she's making huge business decisions, which I'm so proud of her. How do you get past the lack of motivation? Ask, is it V or Vi? You know what? I think half the time, V, I'm going to call you V, you need to know what the end goal is. And I'm very motivated by the fact that I would do this stuff anyway, even if I wasn't paid for it. I can't help but to make stuff pretty that's around me and by encouraging other women. Like, it's just, if nobody paid me for it, I'd still do it every day anyway. I don't know how to not do those things. So it doesn't take a lot to get me motivated in those areas because it's what I'm really super passionate about. And if you're not motivated, you probably haven't counted, hang on. My battery says it's going to go low. You probably haven't counted a lot of your little successes lately, and you probably really need to do that. It's very motivating to see, okay, I've done some little things that are check, that are good. Get some motivational podcasts. I have several podcasts I listen to religiously every week from people that motivate me to try to stay on top of things. Rachel, just go back and list it from the beginning, honey. You're good. You'll catch up. We're talking all about why stay-at-home moms are such great business owners. You know what? It forces you to think outside the box. I have taken my kids with me when they were little. I did not go to work full-time on my business, you guys, until 3 years ago. 3 years ago. And I had kids because we had 3 kids in 6 years, and I stayed home with them. And, you know, they eventually, Ava was doing Mom's Day Out for 12 or 15 hours a week or whatever, preschool, before she went to school. And I learned how to do everything I needed to do outside the house in those 2 short days, and everything else. Ava went with me if I needed to see a client. You know what? The thing is, when you're a creative person, it's not like you're an accountant and you can't do those sorts of things. You just think you can't do those sorts of things. There were several clients that I said, I would love to come meet you to look at painting your kitchen cabinets, but I've got a kiddo home with me today. Would you care if she tagged along? Now, is that always appropriate? No. When I was meeting with the people from Extreme Home Makeover, didn't take my kids. But there's occasions where you just have to do what you got to do. I did a lot of appointments after hours back then, so I'd wait for Mr. Magic to go home, and then I'd go out and do what I could for my business there too. Terry, the best thing that ever happened to my business is I got laid off for a computer job that I hated and wasn't made for anyway. If God had not forced my hand into probably trying this full time, I probably would have still been in there sucking my thumb with my Nextel and my pantyhose and hating all of life. And so I did get to a point where there was, you know, a few months after I got laid off where I thought, okay, I don't know if this thing is going to work or not, this painting gig, but I am so desperate to not get stuck in another cubicle that I'm willing to fall flat on my face to just try it and see what happens. Playdates are your best friend. Absolutely. Hey, thanks, Barbie. I wish I was good at lots of stuff like cooking and cleaning and growing stuff. Hey, Carrie, Rabena, another work from home mom right there. Dear friend of mine. Love you, Carrie. Hey, thanks, Helen. I'm so glad. So, all right, guys, I am going to get off here. I will go ahead and put the link to my inner circle up here at the top. I'll go edit the post so that you guys know how to join if you're interested. If you are trying to start a business, you've started your business and it's stalled. You've got a great business, but you're stuck. You've got a great business, but you need some direction. My inner circle program is all for creative women. Not that men are not welcome, but it's all women. We've got, I think, 105 of us at this point. Every month who I coach every month on how to grow your business. All right. Amy, I'm so proud of you. Yay! And you know what? My 6-week class is already on week 5. Amy, you can't get back into that. And so I would just join my monthly group. I don't know when I'm going to run my 6-week class again because I have a new program rolling out for you guys in the winter. Super excited. So we've got some exciting news coming about that. All right. All right. Bless you. I've got kiddos coming home from school right now, and I always try to be done with work by the time they get home. All right. So stay-at-home moms, I love you. I'm one of you. I totally get it. We're right here. It is difficult. Sometimes you feel like nobody understands because you're not really a full-time stay-at-home mom because you're working, because you're a work-at-home mom. You're not fully a working mom. It's like all convoluted because you're at home with your kids trying to work, and I get it. But it is possible. I just wanted to encourage you. All right. And worth it. Bless you guys.